I am here with the one, the only Mr. All right, you know what? I'm not even going to say Mr. Captain Cage Titans. How are you feeling right now, Johnny?
Outrageous. I feel amazing. Other than my thumb being the size of a
Show us.
water balloon.
Yeah, actually, no, flip the other side. Yeah, you can really get the better angle on the other
It's
side.
like you look at it like that. It's definitely cracking and stuff in there. But yeah, the first right hand I hit him kind of on like the giant part of his head that he has. And I could tell immediately that it was broken. But then seconds later, I was like lifting him up in the air. And it was like, we can do this with one hand. Not a big deal, you know?
One hand. No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Yes.
This is fine. So, I mean, coming in for this fight, I think it was like less than 2 weeks that you ended up taking the fight. I mean, how are you crunching a whole camp into those under 2 weeks? How'd you do it, man?
Yeah, it's the 37 fights I had before this basically just like tempered me and gave me the ability to do that. So, I got young guys in the gym who are like, man, give me the secrets. Like, what did you do? How can you go for 8 rounds and then do cardio after? And it's like, it's not like a magic pill. It's just that I've been doing this since 2005 and your body just gets accustomed to it. So I can be in the gym for 2 or 3 weeks pretty solidly, take a fight on 2 weeks notice and be pretty much ready to go in that 2 week period. So it's really just the experience and all the punches. And I mean, how many rounds have I probably fought? Like almost 100, if not more than that. So yeah, this was just a walk in the park, really. Even though Lacey's a badass, it was just, I knew it would be a relatively easy fight.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and talking about Lacey, I mean, what were some of the things you guys were trying to plan for when it came to taking an opponent like Lacey?
With him, it was more about like his stature and who he was as a person. He's long and lean. We knew that even at 45, giving up a couple inches, I'd probably be the more powerful fighter. And he doesn't really have knockout power. I do. So it was like, in those little moments of those 50-50 scrambles, I knew even though he was the larger person, I'd probably come out on top in most of them. And then sure enough, we did. And my jiu-jitsu's just been feeling so good lately. When Bruno Diaz made me look like a white belt, it like instantly upgraded me somehow. He like rubbed off some jiu-jitsu magic on me. And the next time I was in the gym, I was just a totally different person, really. And I knew that if I could get on top of a guy like Lacey, there would be almost no chance he'd get out from under me. And that's kind of how it went down.
Absolutely. No, completely. So now what are some of your future plans? I mean, I can imagine you're not trying to take another fight under 2 weeks notice, but I mean, what's sort of the idea for the rest of the year?
I want to just fit in more fights. So we're in April now. So I could fit in 2, maybe 3 more even. And that is the goal. So I might go down and chill at Disney World for a little bit with the Penafiel, the party. So that I think is in order. But as soon as possible, an even bigger fight. So whatever that may be, 35, 45. I just want large, huge marquee names. And I want to really make a legacy. That's what my goal is now, is just to implant myself into the history books of fighting, and then no one can erase that.
Captain Cupcakes legacy. I am loving this. So here we got some questions right over here from Brian.
So I believe that TKO right there would add to your illustrious record list here at Cage Titans. I think that would put you at least, I don't know if it's like 4 or 5, but you're 4 or 5 ahead of anyone else near. Like, how does that make you feel that you just keep coming back here and you keep putting fools into the dirt?
Yeah, it's amazing. It's exactly what I kind of wanted. When I was young and I was playing hockey, and I'd look up and see the greats, the greatest hockey players, whether it be, Bobby Orr, Wayne Gretzky, Mario Lemieux at the time when I was growing up. And it was like, these guys had records in the highest echelon of hockey and things. And now for me to being able to say the same types of things about myself in a organization that is only getting bigger, 52 now events, Cage Titans. Can you even imagine what they're going to be doing at 100? They might be like UFC level by that time. So we give it a little bit more time. I really could be in the goddamn history books as one of the best. And I really want everyone to know that no matter what, if you lose fights, you can learn and get better. So if you screw up and you fail a class, go take the class again and do better next time. Whatever it may be, whatever you're trying to do out there, failure is only an obstacle that you can get over. So, and when I get to get in the cage and beat guys like Lacey, it proves that wins, losses don't matter. It's who you are that day, period.
So I don't know if you do know this. You probably don't, but you are the number 1 ranked bantamweight in the United States, not New England, not the U.S. Northeast, but you are the number 1 ranked bantamweight fighter in the United States. And that's on Tapology, which you can say whatever you want about rankings online. That is unbiased. It's made by an algorithm with math.
Exactly.
How does it feel knowing that you have that kind of recognition finally in your career? And also that you're just continuing to go on a tear and destroy these guys who themselves are highly ranked. Aaron Lacey was the 15th ranked featherweight in New York, Delaware, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and New England. So try to answer that question. It was very long. Sorry.
No, yeah, it's just such an honor. Yeah, it's such an honor to be at that level. And when I started fighting and was whatever, my first title fight was at Cage Titans against a guy Tateki. And it was, I looked up at these guys who were number 1 in the areas and whatnot. And to be there now is just absolutely priceless. It's just fantastic. And I just want to continue. So the United States is wonderful, but there's a whole goddamn planet out there that I want to fucking annihilate. So, on to the next one, really. On to the next one, exactly. Let's go.
Well, it certainly is an honor to have you fight here at Cage Titans. So what would you say? I think, did you answer this already when you wanted to get back in there? We have the June card coming up. I think Peter even mentioned you probably don't want to be fighting on 2 weeks' notice again. But, oh, yeah, and you do have the hand injury, so you might have a little bit of recovery time. What's going through your head right now in terms of what's next for you?
Yeah, I would love to get back in the cage as soon as possible. So June would be fantastic as long as my thumb isn't as jacked up as it appears to be. And if it is, then we'll just wait a little longer. But yeah, Cage Titans would be fantastic, but I know that they have such a great connection with so many bigger organizations. So whether it be Bellator or the UFC or even elsewhere, I'm looking forward to getting in the cage ASAP.
And let's be honest, you probably would fight with that club of a hand you have now.
Yeah. It might do good. My accuracy might go up. I have more hands to land with. This is what Pat Gilbert feels like now. I understand. Dude's got huge fucking hands. Now I know what it's like. It's good.
Yeah, it feels awesome. Well, thank you again. It's been certainly an honor watching you fight here.
Thank you.
So you told me on Thursday that you felt like your experience over Lacey would be a big factor in this fight. How much did you feel that in the cage today?
Yeah, I felt like it was it. It was the defining factor. I think when he was looking at across the cage at me, it's a realization that some of these guys make when they're looking up at someone and they're like, shoot, this guy is a legitimate fighter. And Lacey's a legit fighter, but he just beat a guy who was 4-11. And now I'm 22-14. For him to look across at me and be like, shoot, this guy is a fighter. I could just tell. As soon as we locked up, I don't know if he grabbed for a guillotine or he grabbed like an overhook, but it was just like he gave me the leverage to pick him up and slam him down. And I really think that that's just that experience. And then once we were on the floor, I was able to keep him flat for a majority of the round. And it's just the experience level was just different. I'm a brown belt, hopefully going on black belt soon. And he's a blue belt. So he's skilled, but he's just not anywhere near where I am. So
even though you've already accomplished so much, what's your end goal? Where do you want to be by the time you retire?
I want to just be on the minds of every MMA fan. I want my name when people say mixed martial arts or fighting. I want Cupcakes Campbell to be on that list of people like fighting. You like fighting, you have to see this guy fight. He can do it all. He can strike, he can grapple, he can finish, he can fucking talk on the mic. He can do it all. And and that's my goal. My goal is to be recognized as one of the best ever.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Best ever Cupcakes. Let's go. I'm about it. Planet Cupcakes.